Dude, welcome back to the Dudes and Sports Podcast. I'm your host PC, and we got another great episode for you today. The crew's kind of back together. Obviously, Howard is off. I heard was picking grapes over in Spain. There was actually like this very rare grape for wine, and the volcano was about to erupt, so he had to go down there for emergency helping for this wine company to pick those grapes because there may not be any more of those types of grapes around the world. So last second, Howard couldn't be with us, but I'm back. K Stelt's back. I know main man from way out west and K Stelt both had it last week. Let's check in with the fellas. Let's go, K Stelt. How was your week? What's going on? How are we feeling today?
My week is getting busier as the new house acquirement is coming up this Thursday. So if you do see me back in this position here shortly, it will be brand new. It will be a new location, a little bit farther south. I will be on the Missouri side now. No more Kansas folk in these parts. Sports are interesting. I will say my officiating has been a lot more fun than actually watching the teams I root for. I'm also getting ready for the Stranger Things season 5 with my wife. She's a huge fan, so I had no choice but to join that cult. So I'm now a part of that cult. And I forget how good that show was. It is a pretty good show. Great child acting, great storytelling, great character development. It's a lot of fun. I also can't wait to get my basement finished when I ever get the chance to get my basement finished. So that's about it.
Getting your basement finished as I try and dust off the old hatch here, trying to get my mic to work. But yeah, getting the basement done, getting that extra space is always great. Main man for way out west, how's it going out there on your coastal city?
Everything's good over here. Didn't have football to watch really today as far as my team, so I got to watch everyone else. And Chiefs lost, Titans lost, the Broncos. I mean, they're kind of having some fourth quarter things, even though that Bo Nix. I mean, people are still a little cold on Bo Nix, and I don't know how cold you could be on that guy anymore. But we'll get into all that. Duke looks good. Syracuse basketball looks good. They covered against Drexel. I mean, we still haven't played anybody yet, but Kai and Anthony's really good. Duke football lost to Virginia, which they were supposed to win, even though UVA was ranked. Yeah, I mean, as far as the pro sports, we're already done. I guess we're worrying about Pete Alonso. Maybe we get some baseball talk out of K-Stel. But I think that's all I got. Hello, folks.
Yeah, I mean, baseball talk is a little bit crazy now. We're on the prime part of the other season scores, but let's get into it. Let's talk first NFL. P4 kind of managed to talk about it. First Thursday night, the Jets did fall 27-14. P4, do you see, with not this many games left, is another win hurting you or helping you? Even if do you want to continue to win, or do you tank for the first overall pick and you have those other picks you just got? What do you do here? Like, you're kind of at the 2-8 mark.
Okay, well, there's a couple different things in play with this. First one is they have 2 first-round picks. So it doesn't really matter if they tank or not because they'll have the capital to move up if they feel that that's what they want to do. Next thing is the Jets stunk, and then they got rid of some of their best players. Like, is it really called tanking? Like,
no, it's not. But
do you think that they're going to go on a 10-win streak? Because that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to engage me in thinking that we're going to win the next 10.
Well, here's the thing.
It's not going to happen.
You have 2 first-round picks, but what if one of those is automatically the first overall pick? Because
that would be awesome. Well, you don't want to root for your team to lose, though.
No, I understand that 100%, but I'm just thinking, like, in the aspect of it all, we kind of see this kind of happen at the bottom tier. It's like, my team won, but now we're the... Man, no,
the other teams that we're competing with maybe don't need a quarterback as much. Honestly, some of the QB needy teams are going to be picking middle of the draft.
Yeah.
Colts middle, Steelers middle, Like Tennessee doesn't want to draft another quarterback,
No, they don't. They need something else. And then you
or
got
the Cardinals
the
maybe.
Browns, but the Browns suck.
Would the Browns draft like would they draft Ty Simpson second overall? Like what do they just
Yeah,
keep on
that's-
drafting guy? I don't know. I mean maybe,
it's-
but at that point, if you're the Jets, you got number one, and okay, let's say that they win another game. Holy shit. Okay, and then pick 3, and they have pick what?
Vegas
24?
quarterback.
Oh, he got picked, right?
You can't go 3, 24, and something else to get up to 1.
I mean, you got the. I mean, the Titans suck really bad, and I know there was a whole combo and off, on our chats or whatever earlier today. But like, I mean, it's gonna be, yeah, it's tough to root against your team to lose. Especially like there are some teams down here that kind of need a quarterback. I mean, the Saints, but you think the Saints are just gonna buckle down with Rattler for one more year and see if they can land like a Arch Manning, unless they get like a really good. There's a few quarterbacks, and then you got Ty Simpson, you got Sayan from Ohio State, that's pretty decent. I mean, obviously Mendoza, and even Pavila, honestly, has shown flashes of being really cool. So there are some decent quarterbacks in this draft, but I mean, it's really interesting to see Jets lose. They end up they're now 2-8, and the New England Patriots are now 9-2 at the top of the AL East. Which is pretty interesting to see that team not be
AFC.
so good.
The Pats are a good football team. Their running back's pretty decent. The Jets have work to do, but I do like the coaching staff in place. The way that AG holds himself and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you just got to trust the process. That's what I said earlier. That's kind of what I've been saying. You just got to give them a couple years. Whoever the quarterback is, maybe they don't even take a quarterback. If they roll Justin Fields out next year, I will be a free agent fan. If Justin Fields is a starting quarterback week 1, I will be a free agent fan for that year.
Yeah.
Until Justin Fields is off. Because, like, it's kind of crazy watching him play.
Yeah.
And I don't even get all the stuff that's online that's praising him or saying that he's not the problem. He's gotten more opportunities than any of these other guys that we've said, like, oh, they just need a little bit more. Like, Mac Jones went to a couple different places, made it work a couple different times. We have not seen Mac Jones level play out of Justin. And don't say, oh, Justin Fields just goes to the Niners.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on the Steelers last year. He couldn't start over Russ, who Jackson Dart just took over. Like, the guy's awful. I'm sorry. And, like, he's, like, a fun guy to watch. I'm playing with him on Madden. He gets, like, I think he was, like, 3rd in the league in rushing. Like, he's fun, but he's not a good quarterback. I can't support. It's a high school offense, and it sucks. And maybe that's what the OC does, but you're telling me an NFL OC got there because he runs a high school offense, or the quarterback that's ran a high school offense in 3 different stops can only run a high school offense? I don't know.
Anything that develops any further is kind of hard mystery. We'll see there. But now we get to the Sunday slate. We had the early game out in Madrid. The Dolphins end up squeezing that one out 16-13. Achane had 21 carries, 120 yards. Dolphins 4-7. I know that doesn't sound great, but they play the Saints, the Jets, the Steelers, who just got
They have an easy
win,
schedule coming up.
and
They
the
could
Bengals.
go.
They could go 3 out of those 4 and find themselves back in that 7-9, 8-8 range where they could maybe slip into the playoffs. You don't think so, but especially because they've got the Bucks and the Patriots at the end of the season, so it's going to be pretty difficult for them.
Mike
They ended up
McDonald,
winning.
and I saw this somewhere else, but Mike McDonald wins out, and he's coach of the year. I mean, McDaniel. I don't know. The AFC East is very good. The NFC South isn't very good.
No, the
Carolina
NFC South's
won.
got some
That was
serious
weird.
issues. Yeah, the Carolina Panthers end up winning against the Falcons. I mean, you just what?
Why not? Because they're the other team that needs a quarterback. Honestly, talk them into Tua for another year. No, not Carolina, Miami.
Dolphins, yeah.
Talk them into another quarterback. Yeah,
you gotta
hopefully
try
they
and
do
figure
win a
that
bunch.
out. Yeah.
That's what I root for. I root for other teams to start winning. I don't root for my team to lose. I go, hey, how about this team that I know is a dumpster fire? Hopefully they're the ones that, like, click and they go, whoa, maybe we are good. where we know that like even if they do make the playoff, they're gonna be first round. Like it's gonna be the easiest fucking matchup for the Chiefs or whatever.
Oh,
Even
we'll
though
see.
Chiefs
We've
in
talked about the
Miami.
Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, the Dolphins continue to squeak by. The Commanders, just JD's been hurt. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries over there. Tough one over there in Washington. On the noon slate games, we'll go through these quickly, and then the boys can touch where they want to. The Panthers ended up winning overtime 30-27. Bijan had 23 carries, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It still wasn't enough. Falcons are kind of weird, 3-7. Panthers 6-5, kind of looking. NFC's really, really tough this year. Who sees they may slip into the playoffs, but you can definitely tell there's a huge problem at quarterback. The Bills stomped all over the Buccaneers, especially Josh Allen, who had 5 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 2 rushing, 317 yards in the air. Shout out Sean Tucker, Cuse alum, who had 2 touchdowns and 106 yards.
I don't know if
He played
graduated.
really good.
Well, maybe.
But Josh Allen and the Bills look really, really good once again. They are 7-3, 2 games behind the Pats. We'll see if they can continue to be as hot as they are. The Texans come back and win against the Titans 16-13. No Howard tonight, unfortunately, but I guess Cam Ward played okay. But that whole team again is like the term that me man from West used, which was dumpster fire, is not looking very good for Howard. You probably have a bunch of different ways to spin in his teams that Cam Ward's playing pretty well, but he's not here. So, but speaking of teams that only one guy kind of called. I laughed at him at the very beginning, but the Bears are a 19-17, have another fourth quarter win. They're 7-3. K-Stell was all over this at the very beginning of the season. We can't go as far as calling him smart because that would just go
that's
into
ridiculous.
his head.
It's just luck. It's just called luck.
But he's just lucky once in a while. So they ended up winning there 19-17 on last second field goal. Caleb Love looked okay. It was kind of a sloppy game all around.
Who?
The Bears ended up winning sloppy wins.
Williams.
Caleb Love. Williams. Yeah. I was looking at the next game, which was the Packers in beating the Giants 27-20. Jordan Love got hurt in the very beginning in the first quarter, came back, and they ended up winning this game. Winston looked okay. I mean, like the Giants just don't have anything. Hey man, you gotta
Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston. There's no like, oh, Jameis didn't like. That's what he does every single game.
He played all right. Jordan Love didn't. He had 2 touchdowns, 174 yards. He played pretty well. The Packers are really weird. They're 6-3-1 now. So that's especially if the Lions end up falling to the Eagles, what that's going to do for that NFC North tight race at the top. And then 2 more left in this morning slate. The Bengals lost to the Steelers 34-12. Bengals suck. We kind of already knew that. Steelers can beat good teams, but can beat bad teams, but cannot beat good teams. Kind of the same thing with every time Mike Tomlin's the head coach there. They're 6-4, still doing well in that AFC North, especially with the Ravens. The Ravens are starting to bounce back a little bit. They're only 1 game up on them, but a win's a win. And then the Jaguars beat the brakes off the Chargers 35-6 without Travis Hunter. But Trevor Lawrence had 1 touchdown, 153 yards. Tuffin actually had 74 yards and 1 touchdown, or 2 touchdowns, sorry. But they just kind of demolished the Chargers altogether. There's no running game right now for them, so that's a real struggle for the Chargers. But the Jags get it done. They go to 6-4. Chargers are 7-4. Now 2 games behind Denver. What did you guys notice? What was your things about the opening slate that kind of caught your eye?
Oh geez. I mean, I already said my thing about Mike McDaniel. I don't know. I kind of like Bryce Young, man. Bills, Josh Allen, the AFC. I mean, how many teams are really contenders in the AFC? Bills.
How many teams are contenders in the NFC?
In the NFC, you might have a couple. I mean,
what,
the Rams.
The Rams? Rams might do it.
Well, who's winning in this game? You got the Eagles beating the Lions. Maybe the Eagles.
Nobody. I mean, yeah, but the Eagles have
Bears.
so many problems.
No, the Bears aren't contenders.
I know.
Don't, dude. If the Bears are contenders, then we need to have a serious.
The Bears are
conversation.
contenders like the Chiefs are contenders.
If the Bears end up going to the Super Bowl, we need to ban sports betting all around. We need to ban it. We need to get rid of it.
I mean,
Here's
those
what I
teams-
thought. Oh,
The
go ahead.
Patriots.
Are the Chiefs even gonna? Jesus fuck.
Patriots contenders.
We'll get to them later. They could be. I have something I'll say like when I get to when the Chiefs come up. But hey, how about Jalen Ramsey? He's done. He's done for like a game or two, right? Punching. Did he punch him or did he grab him?
No, he punched him. It was close fist.
It looked like he grabbed him and then he tried to
tried
grab
to-
his face again,
Yeah,
but like it looked like a punch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't punch. He was trying to grab it. So what are we? I don't know. The open face, closed face. Let's just go to the afternoon slate. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, that was the morning kind of slate there. The afternoon slate goes as follows. The Rams kind of cement themselves kind of at the hot top of the NFC West with a 21-19 win over the Seahawks. Darnold definitely struggled with 4 interceptions. Kind of looked like the Jets' Sam Darnold there. Sorry.
I mean,
but
that is uncalled for.
it was low hanging fruit. You're right. It's unbelievable call out there. But he did not play very well. Rams look good, obviously. But, both those teams you're not really too worried about. You hope Darnold obviously plays better than what he did. But he has shown that he can play better. But the Rams solidify themselves along with the Eagles if they win as top teams in the NFC. 49ers beat the brakes off the Cardinals. Kyler's done. Go play video games on Twitch, on Kick, actually. Because Twitch probably doesn't want somebody that's as bad as you. But the Cardinals are in that refresh mode. It's tough to see that this wide receiving, in Harrison and Trey McBride kind of not have that chemistry with Kyler. But they need a quarterback too. P4 is hoping they continue to keep winning so they go further and further down in the draft. The Ravens squeak by the Browns 23-16. They're 5-5 now currently.
That game
Only
was
one game back.
bananas.
Yeah,
That
it
game
is what it is with the
bananas.
Ravens and the Browns. The Browns just suck so bad, and they always find a way to lose. Shador did not play very well, obviously, but neither did Lamar. Lamar had two interceptions, but kind of a dirty game. The Ravens end up scraping by and winning, and they're now currently only one game behind the Steelers. I see them continuing to propel forward and eventually secure that spot. In their division. And then finally, the Chiefs did lose 22-19. I'll get my comments out of the way about the game before K-Stealth does. The officiating was, I thought, pretty good for the most part. I think there was calls that were missed on both sides, but at the end of the day,
Why do we bring up the officiating the first thing we talk about the Chiefs?
Because that's how it's always is.
I forgot to. I forgot to read the
because if
the
the
script.
Chiefs
I'm sorry.
the Chiefs win and everybody starts saying it's because of the officiating, so you got to bring up the officiating first anytime you talk about the Chiefs, because obviously Patrick Mahomes has a hand in the pocket, right? Well, officiating was pretty good on both sides. Honestly, I felt like there was some things that were missed by both sides or whatever, but there were a lot of thrown. Patrick Mahomes needs to play better. Obviously, that's kind of your thing. No run game sucks. I hate the Jets probably more than I hate any team right now because I want the third round. I want a third round pick instead of a fourth round pick for Brees. I think that would have solved a lot of our issues.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's all V.
It could have been solved in the draft. It could have been solved in this year's April draft. It could have been solved in no
Pacheco
week.
was going to be fine.
Oh gosh. Oh, he was never gonna be fine. We picked up Bassa, who has zero starting play. How many critical plays does he have this year? He has none.
Well, he's hurt, so.
Of course he's hurt. Why wouldn't he be hurt?
I mean, they can't score field goals. They need to score touchdowns. Patty needs to play better. Defense actually looked pretty decent. Kept him into the game for the most part. Denver's defense looks really good this year. And I think, Bo, P4 said this earlier. Bo isn't getting enough credit. He won the game. He won the game for him in a fourth quarter comeback. It's something that the Chiefs usually end up doing. They're, a contender now, I think. I think their defense really pulls. If Bo Nix can play a complete game like he did today and not make mistakes and let their defense kind of carry them, then they can make a road run in the playoffs. Chiefs, this is the most uncomfortable I felt that they aren't going to make the playoffs. I still think they're going to make the playoffs.
Dude, Jalen Hurts sucks. He
sucks. We'll have to wait and see
He sucks.
on that. But not a bad loss. We need to win this next one. Got to beat the Colts. Got kind of a skew of kind of easier games coming up after that. You have let me look at this real quick. We have the Cowboys who aren't
Is
that great.
Tyquan Thornton the
Texans.
best wide receiver on the Chiefs?
Surtain didn't even play. That defense is really, really good. I mean,
okay, they are good. They are a good defense.
They're a top 5 defense in the National Football League.
Rasheed Rice, 6 catches for 38 yards. You know who he is? He's Michael Thomas.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna say it. He's slant boy. He's slant boy.
Their offense just can't get it going. It is what it is. I still think they'll make the playoffs, but they need to continue. All right, K-Stel, now you start with your rant. Let me turn
I promise I will not go on like a full blown it started.
Where is Mike Pennell?
It started. It started way back when. It did. Here's what I was gonna say. When we were talking about who's contenders, why are all these teams? Famous quote from The Incredibles: "When everyone's super, nobody is." See what the Chiefs did well back in 2023, 2022 is Spags figured out that there was a way to play defense that was shifty and this and that. The Chiefs found a way to play offense that beat a certain two shell whatever zone without having to have a running back. And every other coach realized that, hey, why don't we do that? But we actually draft players that are good on defense to get rid of that. And we draft people and sign people that can do that on offense. So every team is doing that now. And now the Chiefs are buns. Now they're not buns because every other team is doing what they're doing. They're buns because they just aren't playing well. They're just not locked in, is what the kids say. They are unfocused. They are showing a lack of effort, and that's just very clear. The Chiefs have, on paper, the best receiving group in the National Football League. There's a bug, and I just caught him, and I've been wanting to get this stupid piece of shit out of my room forever, and I got him. And at the end of the day, when you have these wide receivers and everyone else is playing really good, cover or two shell zone and stuff like that, and you have no running back to do anything, then you're cooked.
You only ran the ball 14 times.
Why would we? Who's going to run it? Who's going to run the ball?
Well, even when you're throwing the ball, you threw it to fucking everybody. God dang. Look at how many guys caught a pass. You had more running backs catch a goddamn pass than run the fucking ball.
And that's the problem, is that football is
Oh my God. Yeah, you had 3? At least 3. I don't know what you call a Hollywood Brown or Xavier Worthy. I guess they're receivers.
It just is. It's bananas because football is such a high level thinking game. It revolves around so many different smart minds to create new ways to beat defenses, but at the end of the day, it's also a very simple game. It's the game of war. It's strategic, and at the end of the day, if you don't have a running back who can do something productive, what are you gonna do on offense, guys? Hey, by the way, their running backs aren't that good. They're not that good. And
Is
they
it the
won't run the
running
ball.
backs, or
And they
is it
won't run the ball.
Yeah,
And that's
like,
the whole point. I didn't want to
Is
get
it
Brees.
Nagy? Like, does he just refuse?
It's the whole point. I didn't want to get Brees.
Because Brees is good run after the catch. Like, he would just be your slot receiver.
Of course he is. And the whole point, it was like, sure, in theory, if we didn't have Andy Reid and Matt Nagy and all these guys who do these screen slash,
He's better than Hollywood Brown, a receiver.
we would, sure, we get Brees. And if our coaches had a mind that said, what if we just did something the simple way and put the ball in his hand and have our really good line block for him down the field? But they don't want to do that. They want to do all these different mixy-dixy passes all the way up and down the field. And when Patrick Mahomes, who's just not playing well, tries to do something fancy. Oh, wait, by the way, Travis Kelce's out there. I got to look at Travis. Oh, he's covered because he's 75 years old. So it's just a big mess, and they're in a big mess.
Touchdown today.
He did have a good touchdown today, and listen, I appreciate Travis Kelce doing what he's doing once in a while, but he's also doing a lot of bad things once in a while. So, but that's what you're going to get with an old Travis Kelce. At the end of the day, the Chiefs are just they're trying to play the same game they've been playing for so long, and they can't because everybody knows the game they're trying to play. When everyone's super, nobody is. And now everybody's doing it with bigger and younger and faster guys. I'm not going to get the
like
coach.
the Bills. Yeah, like the Bills aren't.
Oh, because who do the Bills have? Yes, congratulations to Josh Allen having a great game today. Awesome. But the whole story of the Bills' season this year is their running back. That's it. It's their running back. He's phenomenal. And
Remember when like the discussion was him or Pacheco like 3 off seasons ago? Like James Cook or Pacheco.
It's just a ridiculous.
That was like a big fantasy football.
It was. It was a huge discussion. And that's what it is. So, sure, the Chiefs can win some games. They can get into the playoffs, and all these Chiefs fans are going to go, oh, look at the 7-seed Chiefs. They're going to be the most dangerous. And maybe the Chiefs do it. Maybe the Chiefs go all the way to the Super Bowl, and they win against the Rams. And we're back in the same situation again where everyone goes, look, at the end of the day, it's got to go down at some point. It's got to. Andy's fastball cannot keep going at 100 miles per hour. Steve Spagnuolo and his 6'5", 260 DNs who can't do any sort of agility can't be the game anymore. It's got to go at some point because the tackles are getting better. They're smaller. They don't have that. They don't have Will Campbell from the Patriots. Remember when everyone said, I said it. I came out and said, I don't know if he's going to be that good because he doesn't have this, and this, according to his physical attributes. And he's a stud. And he's a stud. Because people are just good football players now. So, congratulations to the Chiefs for trying to do the same thing they've always tried to do. And maybe Brett Veach does something worth his while anymore and drafts a running back who's good, but he missed it! He had 3 slots to get people who were really good at football, and he didn't do it. And now we're stuck with Brashad Smith, who should be getting majority of the playing time, if you ask me, because he's actually the only guy who has an explosive gun under his belt. But they don't do that because they want to stick with loyalty guys. And Jerry Tillery needs to go out on the D-line because that's what it's worth. Other than that, trade, what's his name? Chris Jones. Get him out of here. I don't want him playing anymore. I'm tired of him. I'm sick of him. And you're gonna shake your head. Well, he's a Hall of Fame guy. He really is. He's a Hall of Fame. No, he's just not giving a crap anymore. He's not giving a crap anymore. And if I'm making some crazy, if people are gonna go, well, Kyle, look what he dealt with. You know what? I'm very sad that he dealt with a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people deal with a lot of stuff nowadays. And if he comes back next season and he proves everything right, I'm wrong. He's right. My day goes on. But at the end of the day, trade the guys you need to trade. Fire the guys you need to fire. Because this team had so much potential. And all Brett Veach did was say, let me listen to my coaches. Because they're right. I've said it before. If Spagnuolo was offered Parsons for free, No payment, no trade, no nothing. Just to play for free. Spags would tell him no because he isn't 6'5", he isn't 260, he doesn't fit these qualifications that he needs to be in Spags' defense. Oh, is he one of the best pass rushers of all time? Yeah, sure he is, but he doesn't fit all these primaries that he needs to. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all these different
Chris Jones,
antics.
I thought, had a pretty good game today, actually.
Sure, he did have a good game. That's why they lost.
Turned it on when he needed to turn it on.
Oh yeah, because he needs to turn it on when he needs it. He never turned it on. He gets bullied every single.
Yes.
I've seen him get bullied more this year
Bullied?
1-on-1. He gets bullied 1-on-1 now.
Just because he's not in the backfield every single play doesn't make him not effective.
Okay, so whose fault is that now? Is it his fault or is it everyone else's fault?
No, there's obvious problems with the defensive line. Like, I'm not saying
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like trading Chris Jones doesn't. No, I mean, like, I don't.
I mean,
What are you gonna get for him?
I don't
What are you
know.
gonna get?
I'm not
Oh,
the.
we're gonna
I'm,
go find
I'm
somebody
not
in the
the
draft.
I'm,
That's not helping us.
I'm not the general manager. I'm not the general manager who signs Jerry Tillery to a contract and says, "Hey, by the way, let's
They need
have."
defensive linemen. It's always been the case since last Super Bowl. Everybody's seen it. And they didn't do anything about it, just like the running game.
Yes, so every single problem we've had about this Chiefs team, other than the line, is still a problem. It's always been. It's not. I'm not saying that if I stepped into the GM role, it's all going to be perfectly fine. 100% won't be fine. But at the end of the day, when the problems are there, and I don't know if it's Brett Veach, I don't know if it's Andy Reid or Matt Nagy going, listen, we don't need a running back. We don't need a running back because we just have wide receivers. And we have Patrick Mahomes. And they have no idea that the other team, the Denver Broncos, are full of studs who are just like the Eagles, who said, why don't we just draft a bunch of good players who can play this style of zone and just keep them contained? And that's what they do. It's happened every loss. Anyway.
Is it really that easy?
No, it's not that easy. Of course it's not that easy. I'm just saying it because I'm trying to get my head off of how incapable the Chiefs are performing at their game.
Yeah, they're not playing very well. They're definitely in a risk of maybe not making those playoffs, like we've talked about a little bit. But hopefully, they can spin it around.
Yeah. What if you're
Obviously,
just a schizophrenic that thinks you're still super?
But we have the Sunday Night Football game going on currently. It's 16-6. The Eagles, those Super Bowl contenders you kind of been talking about. The Lions being 6-4. I don't know if you call them that.
Brilliant Minds on NBC. K-Stel, do you watch that?
It's his favorite thing, probably, honestly.
It's
But the Eagles, again, look really good. They're going to be atop of the NFC, battling for that number one spot with the Rams and Detroit. Maybe they can figure something out, but Goff hasn't played that well. But this Philly defense is still the same legit defense that we knew from last year. And then you get their running back going and A.J. Brown to stop complaining about his touches, then this team could definitely go win another Super Bowl and go back to back. We do have a Monday night game, but it's not worth talking about. It's the Cowgirls. So, but that'll kind of do it for our NFL. We'll cover some more stuff next week, but now let's go to the other professional sport. That's college football. Since those guys are getting paid, they are professional athletes now. It's not even college football. I don't know why we don't just call it like tier 2 football or something. Maybe we should just do like what they do in soccer and do like if you
They
win,
still do a
it's
draft,
one,
I guess.
and come down. You know what I mean? Like maybe if you're the top team in the university, maybe you go to the NFL and the NFL team comes down. You know, maybe just that'll help out something with this whole pay for play thing. But we did have some big games go down in the college football world, just in the aspect of the college football playoff in general. The biggest loss, obviously, is Alabama losing to Oklahoma. That one was the big shocker. It looked like it was going to be Alabama's SEC to win. If they continue to win out, obviously they do not win. They lose 23-21. Simpson looked pretty good. Looked okay. 326, 1 touchdown, but Oklahoma ended up, staking it out at the end. That's going to really put Bama in question. They're still going to probably make the playoff because they are Bama. They play East Illinois and play at Auburn, so they should be able to win out, finding themselves as like a 10 seed in this college football playoff, depending on what goes on around them. Georgia is the other one in the SEC that really established themselves this week. They beat Texas 35-10. Now I think the SEC runs through them and Texas A&M, who actually escaped against South Carolina. Nick Harper looked really, really good in that game. But it's going to be A&M and Georgia probably at the SEC championship unless something, kind of funky happens in the next 2 weeks. But good win for Georgia. They just ran the ball down their throats. This Texas defense was supposed to be really, really good this year. They're really, really not. The last team out of that SEC that had a great week was Ole Miss beating Florida 34-24. They're 10-1, 6-1 in the SEC. So we'll see if they can continue out. Maybe they're going to be the ones that play Texas A&M in the SEC championship. Or there's still a lot of competition left. Ole Miss plays Florida and then at Mississippi State. Two decent opponents, not great opponents. So we'll see how that goes in the SEC. In the Big Ten, the two top teams, number 1 and number 2, continue to dominate. Ohio State beat UCLA 48-10. Indiana beat Wisconsin 31-7. K-Stel, have you been watching these two teams play football?
No, I have not. I
Okay.
have not paid attention.
Well, Mendoza's going to be really good. Ohio State, there's actually a real contender that maybe Michigan still has an opportunity to make it to this playoff. They are 8-2. They only have one loss in the Big Ten. If they go and they beat Ohio State like they did last year, because Ohio State always has trouble with Michigan, they could definitely find themselves in this playoff. But they get another big win as well. They played Northwestern. They actually escaped only 24-22. So they could find their way into the playoff if they could somehow miraculously beat Ohio State. But Ohio State and Indiana look like they're on a collision course towards that Big Ten championship game, which will be exciting to watch. In the ACC, you have Georgia Tech and Virginia winning. P4 already mentioned Duke losing to Virginia. Right now, it looks like the ACC is going to be either Georgia Tech or Virginia. I more than likely believe that Georgia Tech is the better football team and will get the ACC auto bid into the playoff this year, which will be exciting to see that team go there. But they escaped as well with a win too over Boston College with a last-second field goal. But ACC is kind of that weird one. There's the big loss of the week was definitely South Florida, USF to Navy. USF now was kind of looking like them and JMU may be able to get in if Duke were able to win. But now that scenario is kind of gone, so that ACC champion's probably going to get that other bid. And there's only be one non-Power 5 team in the playoff. Right now it's kind of looking like it might be JMU, but there's still a lot of time left to go for some of these other teams. In the Big 12, Texas Tech. Have you guys been watching this linebacker? He might be a Heisman.
He's
No,
really,
just because he did that in the end zone does not mean he's
No. He's actually playing.
He's really good. I don't know about Heisman, but he's going,
Yeah,
he's going to be
yeah.
I don't
really
think he's
good.
gonna.
You know how good Travis Hunter had to be? He had to be one of the best receivers in college basketball or college football. Thank
In
you.
basketball.
College football to be the
got
Heisman.
97 tackles, so 54 solo, 43 assists, 1 sack, 4 picks, and then a touchdown. 7 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. So it's pretty good stats going through. 97 total points. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna win the Heisman. I'm just saying he could put him in the conversation, like a guy.
Can you?
I mean, who else are we putting in the Heisman? I mean, what? Mendoza saying that it?
Isn't there like a wide receiver that's doing good in the MAC or something that's probably going to break some record?
I don't really know 100% on that stuff. Let's look up those Heisman rankings real quick. Heisman odds. Yeah, Mendoza. Oh no, it's actually Ty Simpson. That's Mendoza, Julian
Ty
Sayin.
Simpson, yeah, Ty Simpson just lost.
Yeah. Fernando Mendoza, Julian Sayin, Marcel Reed, the Texas A&M, Diego Pavia, Gunnar Stockton, and then Hayes King for Georgia Tech. So right now, probably if you have Mendoza and saying. Obviously, Marcel Reed's still up there, even though he didn't have a great game. But yes, watch out for Texas Tech in that defense. I really think they're extremely good football team. The only reason they lost to Arizona is they didn't have their starting quarterback in that game. So like it is a loss in their record book, obviously, but it's not a true loss to their best team. So I think that'd be really scary coming towards the playoff. They might be a two big league now, especially with USF losing. So you still have BYU and Utah still in the hunt. Utah actually does play KU in the last game of the season. That'll be a fun, interesting one to watch. Because that'll probably mean if KU's even going to make a bowl game or not. They're currently 5-5. They got Iowa State, probably a loss, and then they have Utah coming to the booth. So hopefully they can make a playoff game out of that. But those two teams still have a chance to make that playoff if they continue to win. But it's a tough road ahead for them. That's going to kind of be it for now. We'll go through college football playoff predictions and reactions coming up here soon once that gets closer and closer. But we are going to move on to basketball, and as the college basketball season has officially begun, we didn't really talk about it too much. I was gone last week, so there's a lot to kind of cover. I'm going to let each guys talk about their teams a little bit, see what they think. The biggest thing first is there are a few changes to my top 5 rankings here. I did have Florida fall out of it, but not by a ton, even with the loss. I did move BYU out of it as well, as they did lose, but not a bad loss to UConn. I'll get into that in a little bit. And then also falling out is St. John's, having an early loss as well. They moved quite significantly down. So 3 new teams in the top. I still have Houston at number 1, even though Purdue did beat Alabama convincingly. Houston escaped against Auburn today. But I still have all the faith in the world in Sampson that he's going to get that defense right, and they're going to be just fine. Purdue, Braden Smith looks like a National Player of the Year. Like, he just looks that good. Trey Kaufman-Wren, his counterpart duo there at Purdue, they both look phenomenal. They beat Alabama in an absolute slugfest. They need to learn a little defense, obviously, but still a great win. I still got them at the number 2 spot. New number 3 spot is the UConn Huskies. They did beat BYU, but here's the thing. We're talking about this a lot, I think, this week because their KU does play Duke here this upcoming week. It is November. So right now it is, if you take a loss in November, especially against a top opponent, it's not that big of a deal, right? AJ looked terrible in the first half. He looked overwhelmed, right? Second half, he balled out. He looked like the AJ Debanza that could be a future number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft this year. UConn has much more experience in that aspect, so they're able to scrape out the win due to their experience from playing in high-stake level games. Now, do we get to March? Do I know if UConn is a better basketball team than BYU? I don't think so. I think if AJ's playing at that level for 2 halves and the counterparts play as well as they can, I don't think UConn's a better basketball team. But as of right now, with the loss, I do have UConn at 3. That's an iffy 3. At number 4, I do have the main man from way out west, Duke Blue Devils. They have looked really good. Cam Boozers look good. Caden Boozers look good. They're still getting those pieces together, but haven't taken a significant loss. So they just continue
Sar?
to move up the. Sar looks great too, but I mean, Boozer's the guy right now. Boozer's definitely the guy right now. And Sar is looking great.
Hey, there was a movie. If everybody's super, then nobody's super. But if they're all on the same team,
Then they go to the
Then-
Final Four and lose. There you go.
oh Jesus!
Uh,
What's Kansas potential number 1 overall pick?
Yeah.
As they're all sitting in the thing,
It's
are
November.
we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? They're gonna
It's
clap. They're gonna go.
November.
We face Rice in the round of 68.
And they beat us in the round of 68. Yeah, Duke looks really good. I move them up to 4. And then number 5 is my new favorite team in the Big 12 other than Kansas. That is Arizona. Arizona and Koa Pete looks phenomenal. That team looks
Does
very...
Caleb Love still play there?
No, he doesn't. No. But Koa Pete looks like that freshman that's going to turn a lot of heads. They call him like a mini Kevin Durant, kind of. I don't like, like comparing somebody to an already Hall of Famer. You see what happens with Zion Williamson in the NBA. McCullough Pete looks really, really good. He looked really good in his opener. Arizona has some great key pieces. And Tommy Lloyd's always got a great scheme against anybody in the nation. Arizona's going to really compete for that Big 12 championship. KU, they are what they are. P4, you want to talk about your Duke Blue Devils a little bit before I go into KU and let Kyle blow off some more steam as you can see it coming out of his ears.
They're good.
Great comments there from P4. We do play them on Tuesday. It'll be a good game. Darren's not going to play, so that's going to be an issue. Obviously, without your number one guy, it's going to be a tough contest either way, even if we had him. So hopeful, obviously, as a KU fan, but things are not looking too promising. Kyle, the KU Jayhawks are still on my top 25. They are 23rd. What are your thoughts? It's just, remember, keep an open mind. It's still November. We don't play the playoffs or, anything for a while. But after a big loss against North Carolina, he looks phenomenal over there. Wilson over there at North Carolina looks really, really good. But what are your thoughts right now on the KU Jayhawks as we go into week 3 of the season?
Yeah, I think if you score 58 points and a half, that's really good. You should win the game, especially if you shoot 77% before the last 3 minutes of the game. Against any team, for that matter. Yeah, at the end of the day, what's going on with Darren Peterson? Why is he hurt? Why? Why is he
Where
hurt?
is he? What's up with buttered sausage? What is it?
Yeah, what is up with it? Get him well, I guess. The crazy thing about KU is that the team is built around a guy. And when the guy doesn't play, what is the team? So, yeah, we'll see what Duke can do to KU when that comes up.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I don't know what's going to happen.
What are we betting?
I don't know what the line's going to be at. It might be 10.5 in my opinion.
The line's gotta be
It's 10.5.
What's the
or
line
something.
currently? You want me to look?
It blows my mind. It really does blow my. He's cramping. Guys, remember the quote:
4th and inches.
"Monkey no cramp." Monkey no cramp. Monkey no cramp. If he eats bananas, but now it's his hamstring. It's all this stuff. It just is. It's a bothering thing that I just can't get over. I'm not even gonna go into the details of the KU team in general because other than Darren Peterson, they are a bunch of hot garbage when it comes to scoring the basketball, and let alone the thing that they're supposed to be good at, which is defense. They are not even good at that either. These are a bunch of defensive players, and they're not good defensively. All they do is foul, and they foul.
Plus 7.5 for Kansas.
That's being generous. It's being very generous. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, PC, we're gonna have to wait until DP's ready to go and actually playing meaningful minutes. You turned your mic off.
Right now, you don't even know.
You just can't. Just don't lose. Just don't go into the.
No, I'm not.
Don't go
I'm
into
not
camp.
going
Don't
to
go
the
into
abyss quite yet.
Yeah, don't go
We're
into
gonna wait till we get
conference.
to the Big 12.
Don't go into conference with 4 losses. That's just all I'm.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Don't go into conference with 4 losses, and they could do that. They could do that.
They could be all right here. That'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, DP can get better. Just some highlights from these last 2 weeks that I found. Again, Arizona and Koa Pete look like another great contender in the Big 12. Louisville beating Kentucky. So Louisville in the ACC did a really terrible year last year. The only obviously good team last year was Duke. Now you've got North Carolina that's playing pretty well. Now you've got the Ville that's playing pretty well, and you've got Duke. ACC looking around, turning around just a little bit. They're still got some real problems there at the bottom of the ACC for sure. But the Ville gets the win over Kentucky. I did move Louisville up into my top 10 as that number 10 team. They are really good. UConn escapes against BYU. Earlier, I did put UConn up to number 3, and I moved BYU down to 6. Okay, I didn't move BYU down that much. Here's why. Okay, at the very beginning, UConn was dominating in every single fashion of this basketball game in the first half. Like AJ did not look good. BYU looked all out of sorts. Second half was a completely different story. AJ really turned it around and shot the way everybody thought that he could play and shoot the basketball, and then everything else around started clicking. They just ran out of time. That's just experience, non-experience talking, and UConn just had more experience to get the win at the very end. You would rather lose the game in November than lose the game in March. They have a lot of growing to do, but have shown flashes of a national championship contending basketball team. Stick on that hill until
What is
AJ
Dan
proves
Campbell
it
doing?
otherwise.
What is Dan Campbell doing?
As for the top teams, Houston scraped by against Auburn. I don't know if it's a foul. Case they'll look over the film and see if it was a foul or not. But
Well, what
Houston
game?
escapes Houston Auburn today. There was a little bit of a
I'll
It was-
I'll
it been-
rewatch it. I don't if a foul. I'll just
could
look it
do
up right
that. See what happens. But it was kind of controversial. So,
now. Do I just look? At
but they ended up
Houston?
escaping and winning. Yeah, it's like the last play of the game.
I'll just look at Auburn. Auburn. Auburn.
I'm pretty sure it's like the last play of the game.
The way they call
anyways.
the foul.
Houston scrapes past the Auburn, gets the win. Kelvin Sampson will get this team locked and loaded before we get to even Big 12 play. So as K-Stel's going to look at that call. But, hey, Houston still winning. Wins a win. Purdue has looked really, really good. I think I had the gap pretty significant between Houston and Purdue. That gap is definitely shortened. I could put Purdue as number one team, especially after beating Alabama so convincingly. But I still think Houston's going to be the better basketball team at the end of the day. So they stay up there at 1. Purdue, again, looks almost unbeatable. They're going to be a really good team. Duke played really well this week. The big jumpers into the top 25. Illinois having a huge win. That team's full of a bunch of international guys. They beat Texas Tech and JT Toppin, which was a really interesting final result there as well. And then Michigan State. How about Michigan State jumping into the top 15?
Hey, could I ask
They're
a
a good
question
team.
before the?
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going on at the end of this game. Was it the very last play of the game, or was it the play right before the last
The
play
one
of the
right
game?
before.
Okay, let me look at it again. Then keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting things going through. I have made a few changes to the top 25 and 1, or the top 25, excuse me. Top 25 and 1 is Gary Parrish. Just shout out the I Call College Basketball Podcast. Anytime they want to come talk ball, let us know. But I still have.
Why is
pretty
Kansas
much-
still in there again?
because they can, with Darren Peterson, they're still a top 25
Oh
team
my
in the nation.
god.
They're 100% still a top 25 team in the nation.
And what podcast was that from?
That was from me, myself, and I, not a real analyst, your college basketball corner 3 person PC.
There's
brain.
no foul. There's no foul.
Oh, they stopped the tush push.
There's no foul. at the end of that game.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was really interesting.
They shot 24 more free throws than the other team.
Who did?
A lot of interesting
Auburn?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too. Even if you could call playbook foul, there's nowhere. That's not even. You can't call that the end of the game.
Yeah, Michigan State had a big win, but Iowa still got us 25. They haven't lost it. A big win against Xavier. Bennett Sturz played well. Our boy Zay is playing okay. Had a little tough one against Xavier, but he'll bounce back for sure. So we'll have to wait and see how much change there is with this next week. Upcoming games to watch out for. Obviously, Tuesday, Duke plays Kansas. Duke should win. Heard it with 7.5-point favorite, especially without Darren Peterson in that Champions Classic. Michigan State plays Kentucky in the same thing. That'll be a really good game there on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you have Arizona playing UConn. That'll be a hell of a game at UConn. And then you have Alabama at Illinois on Wednesday. Not something to look out for. Thursday, have a bunch of not so great games. On Friday, you have Wisconsin playing BYU. And then you've got, that's the biggest game there specifically. And then next Saturday, nothing. Next Sunday, basically nothing. So just the beginning of that week before you could start locking into football. The biggest ones obviously are on Tuesday and Thursday, Champions Classic, and then Thursday has some good ones as well. Duke will play Arkansas and Wednesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, lock into basketball before that NFL and college football start. All right, I know it's November. I don't know if you guys have any MLB stuff. The only thing I saw is that Josh Naylor signed a 5-year extension with the Mariners, kind of cementing him with the Mariners. I don't know what you guys' thoughts. Opinions.
That's kind of funny that that's the guy that they're like, yeah, we'll pay him.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have the dumper and they have. Hold on. I'm trying to see what the actual number was because that is going to be important.
You want it?
Yeah, could you tell me, please?
What they give him? Oh, never mind. Wait, 5-year.
Yeah, it's 5
Oh,
years.
that's all it says.
So we don't have any numbers yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the only issue that I have is we don't have a number. That's very important for the off season because that determines every other free agent's number in that position. Mainly just a hitter. Pete Alonso. We'll see what's going on there. The Royals have been mentioned more than often than they normally have in the GM meetings is what just happened. I assume nothing will really happen because the teams that are looking to get players are probably asking for a ridiculous price. Remember back in June, the Red Sox asked for Cole Reagan straight up with Jarren Duran. That was a real thing. That's not fake. That's real. So when you see, hey, the Royals want to see if they can get an outfielder from the Red Sox, just know the Red Sox are batshit crazy when it comes to discussing what a fair trade value is. Value is in the eye of the beholder at this point. So we'll see what happens.
Is Kyle Tucker going to be a Kansas City Royal?
No, he should never be a Kansas City Royal. There's no way we should pay a guy that much money. That we don't have the expenses to risk on a guy like that.
What about Luis Arias?
I don't think we need a guy like that. We don't have any home run hitters that are good.
Ozuna from the Braves?
Maybe, but he can't play. There's no way he would only be a DH, and we have 3 DHs on our team. In fact, so there wouldn't be a reason to do that. If I were the Royals, if I were a smart team, I would see what the Angels are looking for Taylor Ward, and if it's in a reasonable price range, I think you go get Taylor Ward. You just go get a guy who can hit home runs. Will he hit as much home runs as he did with the Angels? Probably not, but he hits home runs. Or you see what Joe Adell cost, and he's like the version of MJ Melendez that everyone wanted him to be. So that's just my thing for the Royals. Other than that, there hasn't been really any MLB, actual, Jeff Passan bombs, if you want to say that. Just a bunch of chit chat, just a bunch of headlines that reporters are trying to get money off of and stuff like that. So nothing crazy.
P4, anything on the Mets that you've seen, or we got not a lot of time.
Diaz and Helsley and Rogers and wait, is Rogers on a 2-year? Is Rogers gonna be back? No, Rogers gonna be free agent. And then Pete. Those are the guys who I'm thinking we're probably going to send a contract their way. We'll see. Money shouldn't be an option, right? That's not an obstacle for the Mets. They can always out. It's if the guys want to come back, I guess, but also it seems like we have this kind of frugal GM. I don't know, that it feels opposite where you have like an owner wanting to spend money and like the GM is like, no, we don't have to spend that much. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a little bit of our MLB update. Obviously, it's the offseason, but something that did happen this week is we did have a banger of a card. Well, kind of a banger of a card, unless you, whatever you want to call it. In UFC 322, Makhachev versus JDM. There were some great bangers in here, P4. I just wanted to see what your thoughts and opinions were about this card of ours that we have in front of us.
Yeah, we might as well start at the beginning of the card. Mateus Camilo got the win over Borishev. Camilo goes up to 10-3. This was a good fight, unanimous decision. I did agree with the decision. Slight favorite to Camilo. Good wrestling. We'll see what he does. Borishev, I mean, he was on this card as a Suzurkayev got the win. Cool KO in the first round. Suzurkayev is like an awesome kind of fighter. He's making a big fan out of me. Okay, no timeouts. Clock is not ticking. 3rd and 8. But Suzurkayev, big fan. 11-0. Mick Mixunio. Oh, did he get the first? Interesting fighter. He did. He tried his best, but Suzurkayev's pretty good. Keep this moving. We got Fatima Klein. She beat Angela Hill. Fatima Klein, real exciting women's fighter. Pat Sabatini got the win over Marisol. Sabatini's a good wrestler. What else you want me to say? Kyle Dawkins over Mearshot. I mean, Mearshot doesn't deserve to be in a UFC whatever anymore. I mean, the guy's a mess. But Kyle Dawkins, congratulations to him. He made quick work of it. Ethan Ewing beat Malcolm Wellmaker. This is very interesting. So Malcolm Wellmaker, 10-0 prospect, hands of stone, blah, 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 blah. Ethan Ewing on 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 days.
Yeah, that was like 2 days, yeah.
He didn't have much notice for this fight, and he came in and he won it. He won the fight. Wellmaker's heavy hands wasn't really able to defend the takedown and the clinch of Ethan Ewing. Congratulations to him. Cool that he made his debut in Madison Square Garden, where obviously his grandfather made a living. Right? Patrick Ewing and Ethan Ewing.
Yeah.
You see that?
I think so.
Huh?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well,
100%.
they're not related. Ethan Ewing's wife.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
Aaron Blanchfield beat Tracy Cortez by rear naked choke. First finish in Tracy Cortez's UFC career. However, I'm not going to make a joke about that. Aaron Blanchfield looked good. Tracy Cortez, I don't know what you do, man. I mean, she's a great fighter in the women's division. She usually kind of is able to make it through a fight and kind of like if she loses, it's like a tough decision.
Yeah.
But tapping, and it was a bad choke, but in the second round, I don't know. There's only a couple seconds left in the round. What are you going to do? Aaron Blanchfield, good fighter. This is her first fight since the cancellation in March earlier this year. So she'll probably look to fight one of those girls who were either just fighting earlier in this or later in this card. Tracy Cortez, I'm not sure what you do. She gets another UFC fight, but we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see
RoboCop over Kopylov. RoboCop's real good, man. Kopylov, RoboCop, same age. If you were to ask me, I would say actually older. Kopylov is older. If you were to ask me, I would say RoboCop is 10 years older. But RoboCop, a real fun fighter in middleweight. We'll see what he does. I would like to see him. No, is Roundtree's only fighting at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, it'd be fun. RoboCop versus Bo Nickel.
Yeah.
Bo Nickel beat Rodolfo Vieira. Pretty good. I mean,
That was a good kick. I mean,
it was a good
the
kick. It
feints were
seemed
cool.
like Bo was playing with his food a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if
But
Bo
again,
and like
did you see him a little bit in that clinch? When he got into the clinch, he did struggle again, trying to get out of the clinch. Now I know he knocked him out, and there's not going to be able to wrestle with them. But if you're not going to be able to handle the clinch, they're just going to do what DeRitter just did to him. Like,
he's not indestructible. 100%. And
Great kick
RoboCop
though,
with
and a
it.
great knockout.
What's his next fight's at the White House? Probably, obviously.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Benoit Saint Denis beat Ben Dariush pretty quick.
Dariush.
Dariush.
You see
He doesn't.
Saint
Yeah,
Denis?
he doesn't have much of a
Bell.
base
Oh my
to
God.
like say. Oh, BSD. He wants like
Yeah.
the BMF or something. I don't know. I guess fight Max Holloway. Who knows? Dariush. We'll see what they do next for Dariush. He's old man.
Yeah.
Carlos
No,
Prates
there's
versus
a-
Leon Edwards. Carlos Prates real good, man. He's really good.
Oh my God. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, putting Leon out like that. I mean, yikes.
Leon's never been KO'd before.
It looked
Yeah.
like, and I know Leon caught Usman at a different time, and it kind of reminded me of like that, where Usman was like a champ level fighter, and then now Leon Edwards is starting that slow decline to that grateful word that we love in gatekeeper, for this welterweight division. But Prates, after losing to Gary, now has 2 really good wins. I mean, do you think the next guy is the guy that won next? Is that the matchup you make?
Prates Morales. I don't know, man. Morales looked slow. He has very good distance control. He's huge for a welterweight. I mean, he looks like a light heavyweight in there. Honestly, he
Yeah.
looks like Jamal Hill. Is what he looks
Yeah.
like. Watch him next time. If you rewatch his fight, think Jamal Hill when you watch him. But he's 19-0. Beat Sean Brady. Made pretty good work of Sean Brady. Now Sean Brady has been knocked out now by Bilal Muhammad and Michael Morales. And Michael Morales is said to have this great power, but Brady took a lot of shots square on the chin and recovered a bunch. So I don't know if it's really pillow hands or Brady has a chin, but he got knocked out by Bilal. So does that really make sense? I don't know. Morales is a good fighter. I'd like to see what they do with him next. I'm not sure if there's really anything I would say that he deserves the next title fight or anything. He's not going to beat Islam. I don't know who's going to beat Islam, and we'll get into Islam in just a little bit. But Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, I don't know. They're both good fighters. The welterweight kind of has a logjam right now.
They're not gonna.
Valentina Shevchenko beats Weili Zhang. Weili Zhang, one of the most impressive fighters of our generation, but now the GOAT debate kind of stops there. Valentina gets the win. She's really good. She looked really big in this fight, and she kind of alluded to it at the end of her fight when she was talking that she typically isn't the bigger fighter in her fights, and she was able to take advantage of that fully. Congratulations
She
to
just beat you
her.
in any way,
I
fashion.
mean, just wrestling though, man.
Hey,
Islam.
Speaking of wrestling,
Oh my gosh. And JDM, I mean, what the fuck, man?
What
He
were you
didn't stop
doing?
a single takedown. He didn't stop a single
it wasn't
takedown.
even close. Like the first one's like okay, kind of rolling around. First round great, and then when she's after 2 through 5, I mean, like it was. I mean, I kind of wish Islam would have done me like a little bit more on top. Like you always kind of hope that that's what's gonna happen, but with these Russian guys, they don't
Nothing
give a shit
is ever
anymore.
going to stop Islam.
He's just
Now now that I say this, he's gonna fucking lose to like DDP or something, trying to go triple champ, brother. But I don't know. Marab, Islam, Valentina, Hamzat. Like, is that all UFC is wrestling with boxing? And then you're like, okay, just wrestle
for
good
now,
enough that the
yeah.
boxers
That
can't
turn,
box.
though, we kind of see this loop the UFC goes into. Like it is, you've got all your flashy guys, your knockout straight artists start beating up on the wrestlers, and the wrestlers come back again, and then these knockout artists start knocking out the. There's not really. It's kind of this
Like how
vicious cycle that
first
we've
teams
had.
in football are doing better.
Yeah, I mean, when everybody's super,
Oh my God! Shut up. That was funny. Benil Dariush, when they were talking about Benil Dariush, Benoit Saint Denis' corner said something like he's the ultimate gatekeeper. So I thought that was funny. Next week we've got a good fight. That wraps it up for 322, I guess.
Yeah, there's not really a bunch. Yeah, Arman.
Armand Dan Hooker. You also have
Whoa.
Bilal versus Ian McGarry. Ian Machado Gary. Ian
So
Machado
if-
Gary
if-
beat Carlos Prates. You saw that.
I saw it in KC, and honestly, it felt like that. Like Machado Gary had that experience of being in the 5-round fight, and Prates did not. Machado Gary got that when he fought. What's that guy? The Ragmarov or whatever. He's sitting there like number 3, but you can't like fight. He hasn't been fighting anybody. I can't remember what his name is. It's welterweight.
Also on the card, one of my favorite fighters,
Shavkat,
Matik
yeah.
Orubai.
Yeah, if Gary wins this fight, he's the next in line. You think, right?
I guess so. Who knows, man? Who knows? Only Dana. They'll talk about that on Tuesday. Also on the card, Miatek Orubai, one of my favorite fighters. He's taking on Jack Hermanson. That should be a good fight. Sergey Spivak takes on Samil Gazayev. That should be an awesome fight. Alex Perez versus Asu Almabayev. Asu's super fun flyweight. Luke Riley versus Bogdan Gard. Abdul Rahim Yakaya versus Rafael Sequeira. Kiyoye Hokoyich versus Tagir Uliubekalokolov. Another cool flyweight
Nicholas
fight.
Dalby.
I mean,
He got knocked
yeah.
out by Randy Brown.
Yeah. Now he's taking on a Russian guy. I mean, this is I kind of do like the in the morning. Where is this? This is in Qatar.
This is in Qatar.
The venue, the Al Bin Hamad Al Ittihad Arena. Say that, Kyle.
Nope.
Ali bin Hamad Al Ittihad Arena in Doha, Qatar. Hey, I think it's a fun fight. I like when they do these cards because if we get to see all these guys who can't get United States passports fight, like Asu Alzamayev, Samil Gazayev, and Miatek Orubai. Very excited for those fights. I will put a thing out on Dudes in Sports. I'm gonna be traveling. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll announce that now on the pod. Now, a better time now than ever. Possible not being here next week. I will be traveling. We'll see. We'll see where we go. I'll find a beach. How about that? I'll find a beach. But yeah, it's a very fun card. We'll at least put something out on the Dudes in Sports X account to who I'm betting on because this is a big card for me on bets.
Yep.
Ooh, very excited.
Yeah, we got UFC 323 around the corner too, with a bunch of smaller guys fighting. That'll be interesting as well. We'll get into that next week. But that's gonna kind of wrap it up for the dudes here in our sports. Let's might as well go to our final whip around and see how the last dudes, what they got last words of advice, encouragement, maybe a 20-minute rant by K-Stel. So we might as well start. K-Stel, what's your final words to the people?
Have a great day. Have a great week. Live it up. Nothing matters. The sports teams you root for don't care about you. The people you want in office don't care about you. Your boss doesn't even care about you.
Oh my God! What about your wife?
Your wife cares about you. Your future wife cares about you.
Well, your
friends-
future wife? Have
No,
you said the current wife thing yet? Whoa! What are you saying?
No, I was talking about, other people. Not just myself. I was talking about...
Not just yourself.
Okay.
You really backed yourself
Your
into a
friends
corner here.
care
You're lucky
about
she
you.
doesn't
Your
listen to
parents
this.
care about you. Your family cares about you. So why don't you pay attention and focus more on the people that care about you?
America first? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about, life first. How about that? How about life first? Give a crap about the people who care about you the most and stop caring about the people who don't care about you. They say they do. We did it for the fans. Alrighty. That's cool. I'll give you that. If you did it for the fans, cool. If you go to a concert, they say thank you. Take it in. Believe
clap
that
when
they're
the
really
airplane
telling
lands.
you it's the truth. What'd you say?
Clap when the airplane lands.
Clap when the airplane lands. That's great. Goodbye, folks.
Maybe for our last, let's.
I don't know. Wait. You took my thing, I guess.
I did.
Like, donate, subscribe, comment, share. Send this to your grandma. Send this to your friends.
Do not send this.
Send this to people you don't like. If you don't like the show, send it to people you don't like. I mean, that's also an option. Oh, I'm gonna spend the next few days thinking about Tech Uruguay and what he's gonna do to Jack Hermanson next Saturday morning or afternoon if you're in Qatar. If you're a Qatar listener, Muslim listeners, we support all listeners. Life first. That's what K-Stelt said. That's just about it. All right, goodbye, folks.
That has been your Dudes of Sports podcast. We are live 9:30